Boomers were a generation of rising immigration and worsening youth trends. We like to slap ourselves on the back and think of what wonderful students we were back in the good old days when college was cheap. But we were on the watch when 19 of the 21-year slide in the SAT scores, sadly. Exers sort of kept them flat, and hopefully they'll be going up. But oftentimes, our strengths, we consider ourselves the cultural elite. McCain is attributed to a little saying about boomers. He says, everything they touch sounds better but works less well. Sort of the Katrina cleanup effect. However, our positive strengths are in the culture, are being able to describe things. And of course, at the end of our sequence of birth years, we were 1/3 of the entire adult population of the country. And that meant something. We aren't that large and significant now. In fact, both Gen X, because of immigration, and millennials, because of high continuous birth rates, outnumber us, which is probably fortunate, because they're going to have to carry this load into the future with our Social Security, Medicare, and so forth, which I personally am taking advantage of, at least from the pill-taking side. And I can just see where that's going to go. It's going to be really expensive if this last year of mine is any measure. Now, for Xers and millennials to some degree, this doesn't make any sense at all. How could the same generation that wanted FERPA to protect themselves of records and wanted unconditional amnesty want to turn around 20 years later and be so aggressive on zero tolerance? You hear zero tolerance all the time, and it's by boomers. This is a generation that took pills to think outside the box. They're giving their kids pills, like my son, to think inside the box. And it makes complete logic. For boomers, everyone's happy. But it really doesn't make a lot of sense to other people.